society. How many times or how many decades has America, has the world, let's just take it down to the world, gone through different phases of growth, of manipulation, of taking over, of the media doing its thing and nobody agreeing. There's so much crap out there right now, and it is a world load of crap. So, are you feeling in any way, and this video may get shut down. This video just may not make it through the day, so listen closely. This is off of my normal thing, and a lot of this of what we're going to talk about here right now is due to different things that our group has gone through and different things that people are saying. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet, and I don't talk politics and I don't talk religion on my channel. But it's time that I step out of my comfort zone and just let it out there. So, brainwashing society has been around for eons. In the Great Depression, we were brainwashed, or our ancestors were brainwashed. And anyone that went through the Great Depression, you know exactly where this is going. And we went through brainwashing during the Nazi Germany facade that was going on. Nazi Germany brainwashed their society. So, and the best way to do a brainwashing on multimedia or a multi-groups of people is through the media. So when you are looking at what is going on in, let's say the news channels, and that's probably the best thing I can see, and that's probably the best avenue I looked at when I was researching this, was looking at history, was brainwashing for a society was done in masses on a continuous basis through the media, through propaganda, through fear. And they did this in Germany when they were going against the Jewish people. Well, in our day and age, this is a whole world thing that's happening to us right now. All the countries, I'll say almost all the countries, because there's a few out there that aren't falling into this whole thing that's going on. So, but brainwashing in society is done with media. It's done with even on the radio. It's done on television using the news sources and different ways to. Have you noticed over the last 30 years or more, I'm going to say 30 years, the news has only portrayed bad events, only portrayed what's bad, only portrayed blood. If it's blood, it shows. If it's blood, it gets aired. If it's blood, it's first. Only portrayed the bad, not the good that we do in our countries, in our world. And that is what I've been finding over the 30 years as being very bad. Granted, I do not watch the news. Once in a while, I will take a glimpse and see what's going on. But for the most part, no. I do not fall into that brainwashing platform. Because when you can see what's happening, and when you see all the news commercials, all the messages, all the things that are coming out, telling us to do this or telling us to do that, and telling us what's good and telling us what's bad, and telling us to divide ourselves, I thought we were supposed to be a society of people who were united, regardless of religious beliefs, of faith, of political beliefs, regardless of color, of eye color, skin color, hair color. I thought we were supposed to be united as people, not based on our skin, our eyes, our hair. I mean, if that's the case, then if I was in Germany back in the day when they did this mass society brainwash, I would have been considered something bad, or maybe I would have been considered on the side of the Germans, which, you know what? That was a whole big mess where a lot of innocent people died, which a lot of innocent people now are dying because we have rioters in the streets. And we have a country, all the countries are out there letting these terrorists take over our countries. And this is wrong. So if you're a terrorist and you're out there and you're watching this and you're going to have flashback and you're going to give me a bad review, go ahead. Because the fact is, what is done when there's brainwashing of society, when a government, when a society, when media, when anyone out there is brainwashing a society to get them to do what they want, to get people to fall into place, what they want is people, and you can either agree or disagree with this, it doesn't matter, it's your beliefs, and that I respect your beliefs. So, but when you look at them wanting you to do a certain thing, when you look at what the government and the media, because the media takes their cue, they take their directions from the higher ups, the people that are making decisions, the people that are changing our laws, that are taking away our laws, that are taking away our constitutional laws. These are the people that are putting it out there. Whatever they're being told to report on is what the government wants you to do. So look at what the government wants you to do. Is this something that you really truly believe is going to be good for I don't mean just for you. I mean for society, for all the people. Is this going to be something that is good for you? So even today, this process is being done. And there's so many of us that are falling into the line of follower, of I will do what the government tells me to do because the government knows more than I do. Bull hockey. No, they don't. You are smart. You are intelligent. Most of you that I'm talking to here are entrepreneurs. You are business owners. You are online and you are making your life happen. You don't need anyone telling you what to do, and you know this. And you're going to be right alongside the rest of the awakened. And that's what everybody's being labeled at, that is not conforming to what they are told to do. I don't know about anybody else out there, but you know what? I've never had a good following for me to follow what someone else is telling me to do just because they're telling me to do. And I've never been one to take orders from anyone if I didn't believe what was happening or if I didn't believe the message that I was being told. Even in my corporate days, I was not a follower. I would not do, if my boss told me to do something that was totally against what I believed, I wouldn't do it. There's just no way in this green earth I would do it. No, I would come up with a counteroffer. I would come up with a way around doing that, and I would come up with something that would make it work for me. So take that into consideration as you're going through this. But can you see, you can only see the answers for yourself. Each person out there, you're in your own world. I know we've been locked down. We've been told to stay in the houses. How many people actually stayed in their homes? How many people actually locked themselves and their families up without going out, without doing anything? Myself, on the other hand, no. I went out. I did things. Wasn't much open, but what was, they got my business. What was, I got out there. I wasn't going to let the government tell me I couldn't do something. It's my life, my way. Because if I had the mentality that they're trying to force upon the society of people, if I had that mentality, I wouldn't have a profitable business. I would not have a prosperous business that I was working every day and making money. I would not have that if I had the mentality that I had to do what I was being told to do. It's not going to happen. You can use that brainwashing technique for yourself. You can create different affirmations. You can create meditations for yourself in your own words that will trigger your visualization, that will trigger what you're meditating on, that will trigger what you need to do. So take a look at that, because you don't have to do what society is telling you to do, because we have a very poor society at this point. Because if you look at the millions of people who are not working because they lost their job, because the government shut the world down, all the governments that shut the world down, it's not their fault. Don't get me wrong, it's not their fault. It's not your fault if the government shut you down. It's only your fault how you live your life and what you do and the changes you want to make in your life. That's up to you. Because you know what? They're saying, and I have to believe this part as well, is the people that are outside the box, so to speak, that are not complying with everything the government's telling us to do. If the Democratic Party says do this, the awakened say, tell me why. And then I'm not going to do it if it's wrong. Doesn't matter if it's the Republican Party, doesn't matter if it's the Democratic Party, doesn't matter if it's your religion, doesn't matter if it's your faith. You have to do what you know is right. And if what you're doing is wrong for yourself, it could be wrong for the masses. So look at what you're doing. Are you helping to brainwash society? Are you helping the government to get its claws into you? And like I said, everyone who follows me, everyone on my team knows I don't talk religion and I don't talk government. I don't talk politics. This is the one exception you're going to hear from me that is saying, wake up. You have control over what you think. You have control over your actions. You have control over everything you do. Take that control back. Don't give it. If you gave it away, if you're doing everything the government tells you to do, if you're taking this flu virus and taking it to a next level, look at the people that are dying. Look at if it's really from COVID. Or are they dying from something else? Or are they getting sick and going to the hospital because they can't breathe, because they're breathing in their own carbon monoxide from having the mask on? People are getting lymphoma from having the mask on for too long. And it's making them sick. And it's making their lungs sick. Just saying. It's a positive fact. Okay, friends. Like I said, watch this. Get it out there, please. Like and share it all over social, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. And wake up. If you are already awakened and you're one of the awakened, then definitely keep this going, because there's a good chance it's not going to last. Because I said brainwashing and society, and that's going to trigger the algorithm, and it's also going to trigger the government. Okay? It's a given. Okay, guys, I will talk to you later, and if you don't see this video come around again, then you know it got shut down. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. And again, you have control over yourself, and I have faith in you. Like, share, subscribe, and make a comment, okay? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.